Back here on MTCS Cougar Corner, and it's time to talk some Middle Tennessee Christian School football this morning. The head coach, Christian Peterson, is joining us from parts unknown this morning, on the road again. Coach, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Doing good, doing good. Everybody seems to be headed out of town for fall break and doing this and that, and you're going to watch more football. What's up with that?
Yeah, so, one of our former players, Aiden Duper, got his first start last weekend. He was playing on the road, and so it's going to be his first home start today. So me and the family are in the car on our way to go watch him play.
That's pretty awesome. At least a little family trip then, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's good for my daughter and stuff to see us going and seeing former players. And, we went out a year or two ago, went out to Jonesboro, Arkansas to watch Larry Watson. He started for Arkansas State. Going to go see Hooper this weekend. Going to go see Jesse at some point this year. I've been talking to him a little bit. Might actually make the trip out next weekend. So always want to make sure that we're staying in touch with our former players.
And they're with you so long most of the time, and you become like family, and their family is your family, and you create bonds that last really a lifetime, I guess, in many cases.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think that's probably my favorite part of coaching is there's still guys that I talk to that I coached 7-8 years ago. And, you keep up with them on Facebook and everything else. And, some of them are married and having kids. And, I think that's what is important in coaching, right? It's got to be the relationships. It's got to be real. I think that's my favorite part.
Christian Peterson joining us here this morning on Cougar Corner, and talk a bit about last night's game. And, we had the broadcast last night of your game with South Pittsburgh. And, if anything could happen and go and turn south on you, it did last night, it seemed like, in that game.
Yeah, just couldn't really get going. We had a really good drive, I thought, to start the game, moving the ball well. Then got backed up behind the chains and kind of spread it out there at the end. We had some opportunities to make some things happen early, and weren't able to get it done. And so we really just got to kind of, again, just got to limit mistakes. We've got to stay in front of the chains. Right now we struggle a bit if we back ourselves up. And so, whether it's coaching and playing, I think all facets need to be better. But let's take this fall break. Let's take this week off. We're pretty beat up. By the time we got to the second quarter, we were down to one senior that was healthy. And so, we need this week just to kind of get healthy, get some names off that injury list, and come back out. And we have 3 region games coming up after that. And, I think they're 3 very winnable games. And so let's get healthy and go give it a shot.
Yeah, the injury bug has definitely kind of taken a hold here. I know we missed seeing Owen White last night, and then Briggs Boyd, who is obviously a key part of your offense and defense, was actually on defense when he got hurt last night, I think.
Yeah. I mean, both of those guys have been big-time players here for their entire career. Owen recovering from his hand surgery, Briggs goes down early in the second quarter. Just playing hard, kind of got rolled up on. Still waiting to hear what exactly it is. Waiting on getting an MRI and all stuff like that. Obviously hoping for the best, but you never know. Yeah, I think this bye week's coming at a good time for us. I think it's a good time to just again reset, let some of those nicks and bruises kind of heal, get us as healthy as possible, and then let's go make a run in these last three.
I guess it's part of that unknowing, not knowing what could happen, what will happen, that is is the challenge. That's the hair pulling out for coaches that you have to deal with.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I think we were kind of blessed last year. We really didn't have very many injuries. We stayed pretty injury free, and this year it's kind of swung the opposite direction. To get us kind of back into that average, and it's just kind of one of those things. You just got to roll with it. You got to keep trying to figure out a way to get the best 11 on the field and try and give yourself a chance.
Coach, last night, that was one of many things that happened to your team. But you said, not playing behind the chain, and it wasn't necessarily the number of penalties, but it was when those penalties occurred that I know at least a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4, that it really kind of stalled out what you were trying to do and move the football.
Yeah, I mean, at the end they're early. Their early drives for the first drive or two of the game. I think we moved the ball well. Especially that first drive. I think we were attacking them. We were playing physical. We had caught the corner a couple times. Thought we were making good decisions. And we get down. Should have had a 2nd and 4, and instead we ended up 1st and 17, and so. We ended up getting down to like 4th and 6 and not able to convert it. So it's one of those deals where in 3 plays we got 11 yards. The problem was we needed 17, and so again we just got to be able to limit those self-inflicted wounds. There's going to be penalties that are from just high effort. Right, and I'll never be upset on a high effort penalty. Right, if you're just working your tail off and you get called for a penalty, like I can live with that. What we can't do is the steady ones or the lazy ones. Those are the ones that hurt. Those are the ones that kind of give you Those are the ones that kind of seem to take points off the board. Mm-hmm. And so it's just about, again, we're a young team. We're making some mistakes. But again, I think we're fixing some of the mistakes we've had earlier, and it's just about continuing to clean it up. I mean, our offense there by the end of the night was basically all freshmen and sophomores, and so I think the future of the program is in a really good spot, and I think all of these reps this year is going to really benefit us in the future, and put us in a good spot.
Christian Peterson joining us last night. Lost last night to South Pittsburgh, 49-0, and South Pittsburgh, they have a fairly young team as well, but their freshmen and sophomore your freshmen and sophomores. You could tell they were freshmen and sophomores, where they're, late sophomores, juniors, seniors. I mean, you could just see by comparing the size of the kids. So more time in, the weight room and stuff will do your kids a lot of good too with that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. South Pittsburgh is the reason they've won like 7. They've won a bunch of state titles down there. They're always in the running for it. And so it's a really good program. I think Wes does a great job. And so, that's, again, where we're trying to get to as a program. We've got ourselves one, and now it's about being able to build a program that's consistently at the top.
The Pirates last night were able to establish the run. Do you think that's one of the keys last night, that they were able to, and time of possession, I mean, you had the ball 10 more minutes than they did, but they were pretty efficient in their run game.
Yeah, I thought they did some good things. We just got to come in and fit gaps, and be able to communicate and know which gap is ours, where we've got to fit. And, I think, again, we've got guys kind of shuffling around. And so, they're still learning and they're still trying to get better. And we'll get it right.
Coach, fall break week coming at as a good time, like we had just mentioned, a chance to big sigh of relief, just to kind of get to that break, get some folks healthy and stuff like that. So how are you handling this week with your players?
So we're going to handle it like we do every other fall break. We're just off. We're going to after that game, we'll tell them, go relax, go have fun, go on vacation, but do whatever you need to do. Kind of give it a reset, and we'll see you the following Monday. We've done it. When we first came up here, and they told Tackett and I, they're like, fall break, we don't practice. This comes from administration. We're like, yeah, right. You're going a whole week in season without practice? You're nuts. There's no way. Absolutely not. And because, in Florida, we don't have fall break. This isn't a thing. And so, that first year we were kind of like, all right, we'll give it a shot. This is what they say. But, there's no way. There's no way. Everyone's going to forget everything. We're going to come back, and we're going to hate it. We're going to tell them we got to practice from then on. And, that first year we went on fall break, and everyone came back, and they still knew what they were supposed to do, and they were still, we were still basically right where we were when we left. And everyone seemed kind of refreshed and ready to go for that last little part of the season. And so, kind of from then on, we had talked, and we're like, just keep it like this. Our kids come back, and they're ready to play football, and it's kind of a good mental reset, whether things are going good or bad. We got it last year as well. It's a good week to kind of go and relax and get your bodies ready to play the second half of the year.
A word or two about a couple of other players. I meant to do this before I got into fall break week and stuff like that. I thought Marlo Nichols last night showed some spark, and Shy Murphy and Ali Bangura, you could really see these young guys develop as the game even went along. They were doing things, later in the game that they weren't able to do successfully just maybe a quarter earlier. And so you almost watch some of these guys grow up minute by minute in a football game.
Yeah, those three in particular, they're three that we're very excited about. Marlo, I think, is going to be a big-time player for us. He can flick the ball 65 yards, and he's raw. But he's got special talent that you can't coach. Right? He can do things that you can't coach, and so for him, it's about refining some of his mechanics and cleaning up some of it. His arm slot, how he's stepping into his throws, things like that. But as he cleans that up, I think the sky's the limit for him. Shy Murphy is lightning in a bottle. He can go. He's super fast. And he's just continued to get better and better. His catching ability has gotten significantly better this year. And, over the next 2 years, he's got him his junior and senior year. I think it's going to go up even more and really make him a really dangerous threat. And then Ali Ventura, another little freshman for us, but, man, he plays hard. And, you give me a bunch of kids like that are young and going to play hard and be good leaders. And I think those are the kids you want to build the program around.
Well, we've already kind of talked a little bit about how you handle fall break, and you mentioned this previously, but, when we get back from fall break, there are 3 games of the regular season that are left, and they happen for you to be all region games, and let's see, how many of those are at home? 2 of the 3, right?
Yeah. So we'll be home the next 2 games, and then we'll be on the road against Eagle Hardy in the last one.
So with that being said, with having 3 games of the 3 that are left, playoff hopes are still there, but you've got some work to do when you get back.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Our whole season's still ahead of us. about last night. Like, look, at the end of the day, the three games that really matter are coming up. Right? The three region games that are going to kind of determine what the season's going to be or what's coming up. Before the season started, and there's some points we talked about. No one's judging your season after week 1. They don't judge your season after week 5. They don't judge. They have points to get some wins and really make this season really kind of, I'm excited for the kids to be able to show how talented they are, right? And I think it's getting to where they are able to just play and, instead of having to think so much and just kind of learn and grow and let them just go out there and play football and play fast. And I think we're getting closer. We're still working to get there, though.
Well, Coach, I've been hearing your boss this morning in the background there telling you what for. It sounds like.
Yeah, oh yeah, the youngest one is not thrilled to be in this car.
Well, you've got some family time to spend today, and I hope you have a great fall break, Coach. And we really enjoyed the hospitality last night. Got to see a lot of friends. Jason's always taking care of us out there, and Matt and. Just seeing some folks we haven't seen in quite a while. Got to see Hannah, and basketball season's coming up. So it was really a fun night at your place, and we look forward to doing it again soon.
Absolutely. You guys are always welcome. I appreciate you guys coming out and get us out on the radio.
Absolutely. Coach Christian Peterson joining us here on MTCS Cougar Corner. We're going to take a break, come back, and we'll wrap up the show in just a moment.